welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's well. So I think I'm gonna put my orange box here. I know you guys have seen I've been working on this little area for working on the bikes and stuff for the videos, and I've got this, I had this extra little bit of pegboard here and I didn't want to waste it, so I think I'm gonna take this orange box here. I've had this box for a long time, and I used to have it over at my mom's carport where I first started working on bikes when I was a kid. So I've had this thing forever, man. But I'm going to straighten it out. It's really a nice box. It's got some, you know, just essential tools in it. A whole nother set of tools that I rarely ever use. But, I mean, I've got standard and metric wrenches. And a lot of times when a tool truck will put a sale on, I'll buy something. And I've just kind of put it in here and never used it, a lot of it. But like, I've also got tools that I've had since I was, you know, 10 years old, like this old Craftsman ratchet here. This one especially, I think I got this one maybe when I was right out of high school, so I know that thing's 30 years old. But yeah, a lot of nice tools in here, not necessarily just for bikes, but well, like this old thing, I've had this for 30 something years. This is old Makuni Racing cartoon jet calculator. These are really cool. So basically, you have a slide dial on this thing. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, and it's temperature and altitude. And so like if you got it down here at, you know, say a 165 jet, and you go up in elevation, you need a 160. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, got that, a whole bunch of other goodies. So I'm thinking about kind of getting it out, cleaning all this junk out from under it, and putting it over there in that workstation. And I think that'll be nice and really handy. So no need to buy another one if I can just move this one over and clean it up. So let's get that done today. Alright, so the next task at hand is going to be to clean this bottom shelf off. Most of this stuff is just extra parts and automotive related tools, like a nice heat gun here, but like stuff like this I can put back in storage. Some of this stuff you'll never use, but I hate to throw it away. Like this is a Saturn automatic transmission engine control module. Lots of stuff in here. 2000 5.3 Chevy 5.3 01 SC1 automatic there. This is a belt tensioner bracket for a 3-liter Vauxhall engine. Treasure trove of stuff back here hadn't seen in years. Oh, that's my daughter's 410 shotgun case that we never used. It just stays in my gun cabinet, but I don't want to throw that away. This is Dan's, some kind of holding fixture for something in a transmission, I'm sure. Oh, that's a nice Tremec transmission banner. That's nice. That could be hung up somewhere. Looks nice. Oh yeah. Okay. And I don't even know where this come from. Don't remember it. Huh. There's a 99 Ranger wiper motor if anybody needs one. But yeah, I just kind of want to get it organized up a little bit and moved over there, wiped down, and that'll make a good little toolbox for us. Too bad there. Let's see if we can get the top of this thing cleaned out a little bit, wiped down, and we'll start putting some tools in the top of it. I'm going to try to focus this particular box on tools we use mostly on bikes. I got this drawer liner here that's a little dirty, so we'll blow it off. It means a lot when you're working, man, and you don't have to buy too much stuff. It really helps. Oh yeah, look there, that looks good. Let's wipe that back side down. So these sockets right here I bought years and years ago. I think they're Husky Pro, and they're actually really good sockets. So these that are missing I have in my other box that I use every day for work. They've held up really well for long. Look at there, ACT clutch. That's from way back in the mid-2000s when I put that clutch in my Saturn. Brings back the memories. Just go ahead and lay this out here. Spruce this up a little, fellers. This is, I believe, a windshield wiper guide, but it works really well to break into cars if you accidentally lock a customer's key in their car. Gets it right in there. Yeah, this is just a good box. My buddy Dylan's dad was my cornwell guy, and I can't remember if I bought it from him or Dale Holiday, another cornwell fella that's a good friend of mine. But shout out to Mark. He was my good tool man for many years. Good friend of mine. Passed away several years back. We miss him. And his son, though, has took the reins, and he's our new tool man. He's doing really good. Comes real religiously and hooks us up with some nice tools. I'll probably get him to get us some more organizers for the top of this. All right, so let's start with this, and we'll work ourselves around it. Let me see if I can find some stuff to replace this so it looks like it's all there. Let's see what we found. I don't know if you guys know about Nepros. These are a Japanese ratchet. And man, it's really turning into one of my favorite ratchets. My buddy there I was talking about, Dylan, he sells these. And they make these in all sorts of swivel heads and all sorts of different ratchets. But this is a really good ratchet. It'll be good for working on bikes. And I believe it'll fit right in there. Yeah, that looks good. And here's a little 1/4 inch snap-on. Let's just put it there for now. We'll need a 3/8. All right, so let's see what we found to put back what we took out. Spark plug socket. It was over there, 5/8. All right, here is 1/4 inch drive, 3/8 and 7/16, so we can put them back. 3/8, 7/16. We got an 18 millimeter deep. It goes here. 9/16 short, gonna go there. And there is a 3/8 medium depth, gonna go here. So we're lacking 9/16 medium and a half. And I did not see them anywhere. And also a 16 short there. Let's turn these where we can read them. There's one that gets lost a lot and didn't get lost this time, did it? These are really good sockets for, who sells Husky? Home Depot? I think so. But these have held up real well. They're pro. So we need a 1/4, 9/16 and a half, and a 15, and what about that? The 1/4 inch drive 10's missing. Can you believe it? Surely not. I find that hard to believe. All right, let me see what else I can hunt up here. Believe it or not, I found the Husky Pro ratchet, and it's still good. I didn't find the 3/8 one. Look at there. Found us a 3/8 6-inch extension, a 15 millimeter Craftsman. That'll work fine. It just don't fit all the way in, but at least it's there. I found an extra 16 millimeter snap-on. We'll put here. Fits perfectly. And then a half snap-on, I believe, isn't it? Yeah. And an old Mac 9/16 deep well. So that's great. So that pretty much completes that little set back to like it was. That's great. So let's see what else we can round up for the box. Almost forgot the most important thing. Look here. 10 millimeter cornwell socket that I had extra left over. Fits right there perfectly. Oh, and the 8 was missing. I put that in before. I don't have a 1/4. We're going to have to try to find a 1/4. I'll get one when Dylan comes next time. That's plenty fine. All right, guys. Let's see what else we can come up with. Here's a nice little set of Craftsman Impact deep well 3/8s that I've had for a long time. We're going to put them in here. They'll look good in there like that. Some Torx drivers. I think these may have came from Harbor Freight, maybe. Had those forever. And then here's a little assortment of Craftsman metric Allen's sockets. So those are nice. This stuff here could probably be gone through, but this is just some extra stuff, extensions and weird sockets that I've had forever. And I probably could look hard enough and find that one there is probably somewhere close by. We'll dig it up later. But yeah, it's starting to come back together, man. Looking good. Gonna be a good little selection of tools, I believe. Tell you what, let's put a couple of these decent ratchets. This snap-on flex head that we can make use of. And how about this this snap-on flex head? This one actually pivots. Let me show you guys. So this one you can do like that, get into a tight spot. That's pretty cool. Actually can do just about anything you want to, and you can keep it like this and ratchet it out and back too, like that. Pretty neat. All right, let's lay that in there. That looks good, and I'm just gonna leave that little 3/8 snap-on in there too. Yeah, make use of the space, right? Looks pretty good. All right, that makes a good little box, man. I'm gonna get some of those, if you guys watch TE videos, he's got some really nice organizers, and I'm probably gonna put some those long wrenches I use a bunch and put them up here where we can get to them easy, because you get limited space down here. But yeah, that's gonna be a good little box to work out of, man. All right. You guys might not believe this, but I was digging around for this 5mm Allen. I still couldn't find it, but look. I found the 15. I can't believe it. What else we find? The half. This is that other SK socket I was missing. And I also found the 8/4 drive, believe it or not. So we can put all these back where they come from. So that's awesome. And I found these ball style long Allens. They work really good for bikes if you need to get in at an angle. So I really need a 7mm short Allen. Not real popular on bikes, but sometimes, so I gotta find that. But that pretty much just about gets that complete for sockets. Seemed like I can remember breaking the 9/16. Maybe I put it in an impact or something, but we'll see if we can find one of them. That's a pretty neat little set there. All right, a little bit more and we'll have it. Also digging around. My grandfather sold these SKs in his hardware store. They're really nice sockets, man. So I was glad to find that. That completes that whole little set there of standard stuff. So if we get some Polaris, old Polaris or something, which I don't really work on a lot, but if we do, I'll have that. All right. All right, guys, I'll take you over here and show you a little bit about the workbench here. So basically I just took all the extra stuff that I use a ton on bikes, and I had bought me a new set of wrenches a long time ago. So the plan, so this is where I work every day, all day, you know, and this is work for me, but this is only 250 feet from the house. And the plan was to put the bike shop up at the house, and I built the structure and I've got the concrete done, and it's just, things are crazy right now with the economy and everything, and I don't want to really spend a ton. I still have to close it in and insulate it and everything. So I had this area. I don't really use this flat stall here other than storage. So I thought, well, I'll just get a workbench, and I've got that old pegboard, and this will make a really good backdrop, and I'll just pretend I'm not at work. I guess I need to put a wall up right there. But yeah, I'm down here on the weekend, but I don't guess it matters. I mean, I got a buddy that works on boats. He told me one time, I saw him at O'Reilly's getting some channel lock pliers. I said, dude, I know you got channel locks. He's like, I'm not unlocking the shop. It was a Saturday. He said, I'll buy them first. I'm done with that place till Monday. So I get it. You know, you kind of want to get away from it. And yes, it's here at the house, but it's the job, you know, and this part's the hobby. But we are doing some service, but this will be a great backdrop for YouTube, for you guys, man. But anyway, back to the what we do here. So I do a good bit of carb work for people. I've got an ultrasonic cleaner that works really well. That's a BST 33 for a DR350. I'm overhauling there. So we got a good many shindy kits that we keep in stock. I keep some fuel filters, a chain roller, just things that we need a lot of. And there's the wrenches, the vessel screwdrivers, of course, and flywheel puller that works on every Honda on the planet, it seems like. And then some pliers we use a good bit of. If you guys do a lot of cylinder head work on bikes, this Motion Pro valve spring compressor is really nice. I have a video alone on it using it. It works really good and takes a whole lot of headache away. And that end there is interchangeable for bigger valves. This is for small valves, and you can really get in there and put your keepers in there. So yeah, really, I had this old pegboard laying around, so I just used it. I bought the workbench from WorkPro. It was really cheap, less than 200 bucks. It's really solid, real wood top, adjustable, heavy. It works really nice. I had a little bit of extra rough cut lumber here, and I like honey in my coffee every morning. 1 cup of coffee is all I usually drink, so I saved those, cleaned them up, and basically I only had the stud at the very top there to hang from, so I kind of had to do the shelf upside down, but I engineered a little piece I think will be fine. You structural engineer guys, make sure that I'm not going to have that come down on my head. There's not a whole lot of weight there, but yeah, just screwed those lids to the bottom of that shelf, and that's going to be really nice for assorted hardware and that type thing. So got the Pro Cycle calendar there for you guys, and in September we'll be in it. That's pretty cool. So yeah, man, that's all I got. Let me shout out Kinetic right quick. They dropped me a care package of these new orange cranberry Kinetics. This is the watermelon lime here. If you guys follow the link below, this week, if I can get this video edited out for you guys this week coming, they're 25% off if you follow my link. So that's really nice. And it's a really good, it's really brain fuel is what it is. It gives you that clean energy. It doesn't have caffeine, so you won't have that crash. If you guys haven't tried it, it's a really nice taste. It's not overly sweet. There's no sugar in it, and it's sort of just a focused fuel, good sustained energy throughout the day. When you eat a big lunch and you're crashing down, that stuff's really good, man, and I'm enjoying it. So, and then of course we got the Bigfoot Bushcraft fire plugs here, and the one-shot focus chews I really like, and energy chews. And those Bigfoot Bushcraft, when you get ready to start camping, man, they'll burn 5 or 10 minutes and really get a fire lit in just about any condition, and you can get the ferro rod with it. I got links below for all that stuff, and use PSB Adventures at checkout and get you a really good discount and help the channel too. So, all right, man, that completes the moving the toolbox, getting the workbench all sorted out and nice and done, and more to come. And one big reason for doing this is I've got some really cool bikes. I don't want to give it away too bad, but they're older. They've been sitting for years, and we're going to do Will It Runs on them for the rest of the winter. So getting ready for that, getting excited. So keep your ears peeled for that, and I'll get that stuff coming really soon, guys. All right, appreciate you, and take care.